Hello everyone, happy holidays and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching previous videos and showing me a ton of love on my last video about making 5 gifts with a book, a thrifted book. I really appreciate that, and I will be bringing more content like that for you guys. Today, I wanted to share with you what I'm making. I'm actually making these gift boxes for my daughter's teachers. I want to give a huge shout out to the Posh paper lady who gave me the inspiration for this. I'm putting some different things inside of mine, but essentially we're going to be following her measurements and her start to finish process for putting this box together. I'm going to put her video in the description of this video. Definitely give her a follow. She's got wonderful ideas for paper products. This is what it looks like. It is a cute little box. And then I threw some ribbon around it. I do it loosely just so you can kind of take it off easily. And then inside we have this. We've got some hot chocolate, a candy cane, one of those Andes peppermint crunch. Those are one of my favorite. I love Andes mints. And there you go. Nice and easy gift option that you can hand out. And this would be great even for coworkers or neighbors, the mail person, you know, just anyone that you wanted to give a little something to. With a 12 by 12 sheet, you can make 2 boxes. Okay, so you're gonna need 2 6x6 paper. One we are gonna cut down. The bottom piece is gonna be a little bit smaller than the 6x6, but essentially a 12 by 12 sheet, like I said, can make 2 boxes for you. So it's a great way to go through, you know, if you have a 12 by 12 paper pack that you're trying to go through, this is a great way to do it with your 12 by 12 pieces. The only reason I wouldn't recommend using book pages for this is because this is a little bit thicker paper. It's a cardstock paper, and you want something sturdy, right? A book page, I mean, this would hold it, but it would be a little flimsy. And the box shape, I don't know, would work as well. And so that would be my only concern with using like a book page or something like that. Another reason that I like using this specific paper and the reason that I chose these specific designs is because, well, 2 reasons. The back is white, so when I make bookmarks, I really like using front and back designs. Even if it's 2 different designs on the front and the back, I really like using 2-sided cardstock for that. And these type of designs are really tricky to use in a bookmark or for other smaller sized crafting items that I usually make, especially in my store. These are kind of harder for gift tags. You know, a small gift tag, you don't really get the full image. So these are actually great pieces to use for boxes because like this, you get to see the full effect of the design and the images. So this is another reason that I chose these specific pieces, and these actually came from this Merry and Bright piece. These are ones that I literally have just had laying around. I think one is from Michael's, the other one might be from Hobby Lobby. I've gotten them from thrift stores, garage sales. They're given to me for free sometimes. People just don't want them anymore. So I very rarely am out in retail stores purchasing stuff. So if you know, drop in the comments of any current holiday 12 by 12 packs that are really great for this kind of thing. Now, again, the inside of your box is going to be white, but you could use double-sided for this. I personally just don't like to use double-sided cardstock for anything other than my bookmarks when I'm making them. And then here is another design that I chose, really, really cute. And then we have this one here. And this is just kind of fall, but we'll dress it up with some ribbon. So you're gonna also want some type of ribbon. You could even use thinner ribbon as well. I just like this one because it is the wired ribbon, and like I showed earlier, you can easily slide it off. So that's what we're using as far as materials for making the item. You're obviously going to need a pair of scissors. I am using my micro dot glue for this. The reason for that is because you don't really need anything too super sturdy, crazy. Not putting any heavy items in there. So I think these work just fine. And then obviously you're gonna need something to put into the box. So Swiss Miss, you can get that at Dollar Tree. You can get usually a pack of 6 or 8 for $1.25 or $1.50, depending on your store. And then these little mints, you can get packs of these at Dollar Tree as well. And then I did notice today that at Dollar Tree, they do have Andes mints. So they might not have the peppermint crunch specifically, but they may have just regular Andes mints that are holiday themed. You could also put little hand sanitizers in here. You could put in tea packets with maybe some little honey. There's so many different things you could do with this. Let's get started. I think we're going to use, let's use this piece. I think this would be fun. Okay, and you're gonna need scissors because we are gonna be doing some cutting with this. So first we're going to cut down the bottom piece. So you're gonna have to keep track of a top piece and a bottom piece, okay? So 6 by 6 is going to be your top piece, all right? So I'm gonna set that aside for right now. I'm gonna move my scoreboard real quick and we're gonna create our bottom piece. This isn't overly complicated, it's just some small technical things that you'll wanna just so you can keep those two pieces separate until you're scoring them. Once we score them, it'll be a lot easier to keep track of them. So we're gonna cut this down just a hair, 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. So we're cutting it down just a hair. Why are we cutting it down? Well, this is the bottom piece, and we want our top piece to go over it well and make this box. Therefore, the bottom piece does need to be a little bit smaller. So the bottom piece, let's score that one first. And we're doing this on all sides, all 4 sides. We are going to score at 1 inch. And I'm scoring lightly because while this is thicker cardstock, when I was making this box earlier for example and to give out, I pressed a little too hard and kind of hurt the paper a little bit. So it's not too bad. It didn't, you know, deter my project necessarily, but just keep that in mind. Depending on your cardstock, careful how, you know, hard you're pushing and into that when you're scoring. All right, so we have that one, our bottom one. Now the top piece, which will help you be able to differentiate between the two, you're gonna score 2 times. So the top piece you're gonna score at a 1/2 inch and 1 inch, and you're gonna do this on all 4 sides. 1/2, 1 inch, 1/2, 1 inch, 1/2, and 1 inch. And the top piece is really the most complicated piece in the whole project. But now you'll be able to differentiate between the two because this one, the top piece, has those dual score lines. This one, the bottom piece, only has 1. Okay, so for the bottom piece, I'm gonna kind of fold it just a little bit and get that score line. I'm just using my bone folder a little bit for that. And you may have a little cracking, but again, it's going to be the bottom of the box, so most folks aren't gonna see that. Now we are going to get our scissors. This is where it gets a little complicated with cutting, only because we need to do different angles so that way when we're bringing everything together, it will glue well and not hit the corners. It won't flare up. The bottom parts won't flare up, things like that. So we're gonna cut the bottom here, and then we are going to cut this at an angle, just a little small angle, okay? Nothing crazy. You can even do the angle first if that's easier, and then cut straight. See what that kind of looks like there? This looks typical to what you'd see in, you know, a box. I'm gonna cut here and then cut up. You're gonna be angling into the side of your flap. This should remain straight. These should remain straight. The angle is going to be on your outside flaps. Okay, and it's just going to be these two sides. So now we're going to take our glue and get it all over this. I do recommend doing all 4 sides with glue instead of doing one side or one at a time. It just makes it easier. But again, whatever works for you. And this type of glue is what I'm going to use. Use whatever glue works best for you. So now what I'm focusing on is the outside edges here. Angle there. There's the other one. And the other one. All right. There we go, guys. There is the bottom. You can take your bone folder. I just kind of want to get that glue liking those edges and not wanting to flare up or come out. All right, there's our bottom part of our box. Now with this one, again, we're gonna fold over with those score lines just a little bit. Again, you could use your bone folder with this, but we're going to be doing some cutting, so I'm just gently folding this over right now. Here we're going all the way to the second line. So you see that first line? That's something we're going to fold over later. So we need to cut all the way to the second line. So we're going to cut to the second line. We're going to angle in. We're going to angle here, just a hair, and angle in here, okay? So that's what it kind of looks like. I know that's a little complicated to understand. It was tricky for me to understand too. And then I'm gonna reduce that down just a tad, just pretty much that 1/2 inch mark there, okay? So this is what we're doing. We're cutting here. We're doing a little angle. We're cutting here at a little angle. And then we're doing a straight cut there. Okay, oh, and then we're bringing it down. So they both look like that. Okay, oh, I didn't angle this one very good. Let's give that a little bit more of an angle. So the angles are just important because it helps us get that fold over again easily when we're putting the box together, okay? So again, cutting, angle in, angling again, angling here, and cutting that down, angling, cutting here at an angle, cutting over here at an angle, and then cutting that one down. Okay, this angle, yeah, that angle's okay. So see how these all have an angle. This one isn't as great, I guess. There you go. So see how these all have an angle, all 4 sides. You've got this, you got a little bit of a space here with your angle, angle, angle. Okay, so now we've got 2 sides that are really straight. We're going to angle those as well. Just the top part, just to that first line, okay? Now, if you know a better way to do this, definitely do it whatever way makes sense for you. Okay, so now we have to fold these over, these little tabs, and we're going to put glue on the tabs. You want to do it on the side where the pattern is. And then we're going to put glue on the inside, on the white part of the top of all of these, okay? And I do recommend just doing all the glue at once, doing it all at the same time. It's a lot easier that way because it just starts to, oh, my glue ran out. I knew it was going to run out during this video at some point. It's just a lot easier when you're putting it all together and the glue's already on there, ready to go. Anything to make the process a little simpler is always nice. Okay, so I'm going to do these flaps. I'm going to fold these in first. And again, we're going to do what we did with the bottom. And again, use whatever glue works best for you in your projects. For me, these glue dots are awesome. And again, we're not putting anything super duper heavy in here. Now to reinforce those and to give the top that more box, gift box look, we're going to fold over these top parts that have the glue. And how cute. There is your top. Now, what I like to do is get into the corners here and the edges and also just kind of get the creases, you know, just make it a little bit more sturdy. I'm just getting that glue in there really good, especially in the corners there. And if you see inside, this is the reason that we needed all those angles. All the different angles, just so that way it can go in the corner there and not be hitting that paper. All right, and then your top should be able to go over the bottom nice and smooth, and it does. Look at that. This is adorable. Now we're gonna go ahead and put our hot chocolate in there. Now the hot chocolate is longer than the box, but they don't fill them up, you know, to the brim. So you can kind of go like that. Throw one of these in here. Put a chocolate in there. You could use your glue and kind of glue these down a little bit if you wanted to. It's not going to touch the actual food or hot cocoa. It's just going to be touching the packaging. So if you wanted to glue it down so it doesn't like move around, I'm not super worried about that. There we go, our cute little box. And then we will add some ribbon to complete the look. Dollar General in my area had a huge sale on wired ribbon. So that was a really cool find. So check out your local Dollar Generals and see if they have any wired ribbon on sale in your area. You might get some good deals. Now again, I make my bow. I am not a fancy bow person. I just do a bow. I don't do anything over the top, super fancy. If you can dress it up more, dress it up more. If you have cute gift tags to throw on there, throw the cute gift tag on there. Definitely do. I want that to be tight, and then I can kind of pull it down a little bit. There we go. Boom, there we go. Cut that down a little bit. Ready to gift. Cute, fun little gift to give to teachers, coworkers, neighbors, whoever you'd like to give a little, even great for stocking stuffers. So guys, that is this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, did you like this? Was this something new or exciting you might try out? And let me know other tutorials you might be interested in, whether it be with books, cardstock paper. Let me know. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.